dressed nice. And I remember seeing Matt, he had his nice beard cleaned up, and I was like, who are these people? And I had never heard of Herbalife before, as far as like the energy and stuff like that. So when they came up, I just felt different emotions. Man, Alexa made me cry. And man, and I say that in a positive way. And she's talking about her story, and Matt shared his story, and I was just really inspired. And I share that from a place of gratitude. And I'm super grateful to be able to introduce them, because I've thought about like so many ways of how I can thank them. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming to that STS and speaking, because I wouldn't be here on this call if it wasn't for you guys. So allow me to introduce 15K Presidential, and they also have a 1 million lifetime achievement. They've been in the business for 7 years, you guys. This is Mark Hughes' favorite pin because it's personal impact. There's a number attached to it, but there's lives behind that pin, you guys. So I just want to really grab your notes, grab your pens, and really just have your cameras on and give all your attention, because it's going to be an amazing call. Please help me introduce Matt and Alexa.
Yo, wow. Bro, man, thank you so much. You give me my feels real early in the call.
I'm pregnant, okay? So I can already cry at the drop of a dime. You're really going to have me crying over here, Adrian. Thank you so much for that introduction. Honestly. Wow. Well, okay, guys, we are super honored and excited to be on this call. A little birdie told us that you guys are in your third cut of the president's team.
Hey, listen, there was no birdie. Everybody knows. Everybody knows, because everybody's watching this organization to make sure that this organization completes this last cut of freaking president's team, because of what it's going to mean for so many people. Is just the ripple effect. And that's what we're going to kind of talk about a little bit today. We're going to share our story so you guys can understand where we come from. And then we're just going to give you guys hopefully some inspiration to go out and just smash this cut, because you all deserve it. Like, how cool would it be to call yourself a president's team? Man, I'm telling you guys, when we first started this business 7 years ago, last month was our 7-year anniversary, and it's been an incredible journey. I'm an ex-football coach and a teacher. I did that for 10 years. Alexa is an ex-waitress who sat on her college degree wondering, what am I going to do next? I grew up with 2 drug addict parents, in and out of prison my entire life. I lost my parents when they were 18 years old. I'm the only child. And so, life started really, really early for me at 18 years old. No grandmas, no grandpas to help me out. Mom and dad are gone. And so I put myself through college. I earned a full scholarship to play football, graduated with a degree in kinesiology, immediately took a job coaching and teaching, did that for 10 years. I was way overworked and underpaid. I looked around at the guys in the coaching office, and they were going through divorce, complaining about raising everybody else's children, not being able to have enough time to be at their own kids' football game because they're coaching everybody else's kids' football games. Having to do lesson plans and staying at the office overnight for a $3,400 paycheck. And, I didn't come from much. So $3,400 was a lot of money to me. I thought I used to go to the club and ball out on a budget. I would ask everybody to pitch in on the bottle. You best believe that, because that $3,400, you got to try to stretch it all month long. And the thing about it, guys, is like, I was in that mode, like, man, I don't have anything where I can get more. You know what I'm saying? Like $3,400 was the cap. I just knew I needed and could use something to just propel what's possible inside of my financial world. So I know Alexa she's the yes that started all of this. I was a huge skeptic. Alexa said yes. And honestly, I'm so grateful for my wife. She was the one that took the chance on this 7 years ago. She was the one that, took the first step. And I just did my best to support her. She made $2,000 her first month working from the couch, but I'll let her tell that story. So amazing. I just want you to know I'm grateful for you.
Oh, thank you, babe. Yeah, you guys. So what stood out to me the most is he just touched on there being a cap. And, maybe some of you guys, the invitation is type a 1 in the chat if you are a new distributor. And then type a 2 in the chat if you've been in the business for over a year or more. Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. We got some new people, and then we got some people who've been in the game. Well, you guys, I just want to rewind you back to when we got started and we were brand new distributors. We saw people sharing their stories, hearing about all this success. And I quickly realized, like, wow, there truly is within this platform called Herbalife Nutrition, no limitation to who you can become, the impact you can make, and the income and the goals that you can achieve. And that's what Herbalife is. It's the platform to be a better version of you, to help other people do the same, to make, money, and not for the money, but for what the money represents. We've been in this business 7 years now, and coming from I went and got my degree. I did everything I was supposed to do, and mad props to you guys if you're in school. I'm not saying to quit school. Like, I graduated, I got the degree, I did it, but I ended up with no job and a whole lot of debt. And so when I was waiting tables, day in and day out, I was like, wow, is this what I went to school for? Like, is this my life? Is this what's like going to happen? We would talk about traveling the world. We talk about all these things, but none of it would ever happen because we didn't have a platform. So, when I went to some of our first events and we started hearing these people speak, I quickly realized there was no limitation. And another thing that I really, stood out to me the most was just seeing some of these people who had made it to what is called the president's team level. Okay. And that is what you guys are in, is your third cut of that. And I just kind of want you to see a bigger picture of what that means. Because when we first started, we're like, what does that even mean? Like, top 1% of the company. And, some of you guys have come in during COVID, and you've literally been exposed to this much of what this company has to offer, like literally this much. And off this much, think about who you've already become, your energy, your positivity, the impact you've already made. And you've just gotten this much of a sliver of the company. So I'm telling you guys, like, top 1%, being a part of a president's team organization is so much bigger than you can even imagine right now. What it means is you guys get direct access to the ins and outs of what's going on, what products are coming out, up-to-date information. You guys are painting a picture for other people outside of your organization of what's possible. Like, it's so much bigger than what you can actually grasp, and then bigger than us. And so when we came into this business and we started seeing this top 1% president's team members, they sit at a red carpet, and like, what is this all about? We didn't really know exactly what it meant, but what we were told was that when our sponsors were pushing for that level, one thing that stood out the most to me was someone said, well, I got a question for you, Matt and Alexa. Your sponsors are cutting for Prez, but how big of the pie do you want? How big of that pie, how big of the president's team and it happening do you want? And that's something for not only president's team, but for all the cuts for our sponsors. Matt and I have really, really like buckled down and have always said, we want to have the biggest piece of the pie. Because what does that pie represent? It represents, financial freedom. It represents setting my family free and breaking the chains within my family. It represents us becoming a better version of ourselves. It represents a lot of clients getting healthy. Like, I want a big piece of pie. You know what I mean? What if I told you that you could have the whole pie on Thanksgiving and not gain any weight? And then everyone will want the whole pie, right? In Herbalife, we just want a little sliver because we're like, oh, I don't want to gain all the weight. But what if I told you could have the whole pie and you could actually like lose weight from it? Like, everyone would be like, I want the whole pie. So that's what I'm telling you guys. The bigger of the piece of the pie that you have, the better, because it just means you're elevating, your team's elevating. And some of you guys might be on this call and you may not have a team just yet. But everything you're doing right now, this is a huge, huge takeaway for me in my entire business. Everything you do and don't do will duplicate in your life. And it's not just in Herbalife. If you guys are going hard and you're pushing for this cut, like God's gonna bless you, not just in this business, but in other areas of your life too. If this is another time in your life where you're like, oh, I know I could go really hard. I know I could contribute to this, but I'm kind of like, it's Memorial Day weekend. Like, I'm going to take my foot off the gas. I promise you that's going to show up in other places of your life too. It's not just in Herbalife. Like, how you do anything is how you do everything. And so that's why I say, everything you do and don't do will duplicate. And for those of you guys who maybe don't have a team just yet, one day when you do have a team, I always say the universe is looking at you right now to see how you show up as a team member. And this is an amazing opportunity for all the distributors online, whether you're new or old, to show up and play all out, because this pin represents so much more than I could ever imagine. You want to touch on what presidency means to you?
Yeah. So first off, you guys, I want to acknowledge everybody for hopping on this call. By you being on this call on a Friday night just shows that you're not average. You know what I'm saying? You're not in this life for an average life. You're not in this life to pay bills and freaking die, man. So you guys are in your freaking third cut of president's team. And Alexa's asking you guys, like, how much of this pie do you want? Well, you better be hungry, because this life is only going to give you one opportunity, one chance at it. And so what you guys got to understand is when somebody in this organization, and it just so happens to be Ange, who is the yes that created the ripple effect for you guys to have access to more. Think about it. Whether you want President's Team or not, okay? Maybe you just want to make an extra $300. Maybe you just want to help 5 more people. Maybe you want financial freedom. You want President's Team. Whatever it might be, but you got to understand, get clear on why you're a part of this opportunity, why you saw an opportunity in this platform, and understand that Herbalife is just a platform. We have all made a powerful choice to partner with a company called Herbalife Nutrition that provides each and every one of us, 32 of us on this line, a platform to have more, to do more, to be more. And President's Team is important because it opens the door for the next President's Team. And again, I hear you. If you don't want President's Team, that's okay. But if you're in this to make an impact, what about the person that you bring in that might want President's Team? What about the person that you bring in, that they bring in 3 lines deep, that wants this opportunity and needs this opportunity for their family? And so this last cut matters for that person that hasn't even come into your business yet, who is out in the marketplace, in the world, praying to God for a better opportunity because this person is looking at their children who are hungry. This person is taking the eviction notice off their door. This person is 2 months late on rent and they got kids and dogs and they don't know what to do. But they're waiting for you guys to open up this door to President's Team so it can allow you guys higher level leadership, higher access. But that shit ain't gonna happen. Excuse my language, I'm getting fired up because this shit matters. I want you guys to understand, hey, Adrian, you know what, bro? You owe me. You owe me, dude. If it's because of me that and her that you guys joined into Herbalife, you owe me. I need you to go eat up that piece of pie, big dog. You know, everybody that has been impacted by this opportunity, I need you to go eat up that pie because my team is watching this organization. If you can't do it for you, if you can't do it for your why, if you can't do it for the yes that created this opportunity and provided this platform for you, man, let me ask you guys a favor. Y'all, do me a favor. Do it for me because my team is watching this organization looking for inspiration for you guys hitting President's Team so that they can say, oh man, I can do it too. You guys got to understand it's bigger than Ange. It's bigger than you guys. Our organizations are watching. All the organizations out in California are watching. And when you guys hit President's Team as a company, we go 10 billion. What does that mean for that piece of pie that you just ate? By the way, you and your team can eat a piece of pie. You get what I'm saying? So imagine if you and your team are committed to making this last cut of President's Team happen and taking Herbalife to 10 billion. What does that mean for your business? It means you have access to more. It means you're making more money. And for those of you that have good hearts and you know that money is just going to give you access to do more for more people, open more nutrition clubs, give back more to your clients, create better promotions for your distributors and your clients, go to Vegas, but bring the whole squad, yes. Get a bigger hotel, get the suite at Vegas. You know, that's what's all possible. And you guys got to understand President's Team happens, and starts collecting 6%. What you think she's going to do with that money? Now, she might go buy some Louis and some Gucci because she deserves that. But I promise you, she's smart and she cares about y'all. She is going to immediately turn around and take that 6% bonus and invest it right back into her business. And she's going to say, you know what? Last year, we were giving away iPods. This year, we're giving away a cruise, or we're going on this vacation, or we're going to put out this promo because that's why we do this, man. So, I know we only had 30 minutes, but I just want to ask you guys for a favor, man. If you're not going to do it for yourself or your why, your sponsor, do it for me, my team at Herbalife, because they're watching you guys. You guys are fully equipped. You guys have everything you need. The DMOs, the 90-day plans, the structure, the system.
Which not everybody has.
No, not everybody has that. You guys are extremely blessed. You guys are extremely blessed and in a good space. So what I kind of wanted to do was there's a couple of you guys that are OG riders that are in it. So I kind of wanted to have you guys share, what does President's Team mean for you personally? Like, what does it mean to see the person's yes that created this ripple effect, that gave you a platform, whether you are her immediate front line, second line, third line, fifth line, understand that it was her yes that put you in the position to have more. What does it mean to you guys? You know, and I know Adrian and I know Amanda really closely, and they've been down here to San Antonio, and we took them out to eat. I know they're riders. You know, my boy Richard, I know he's a rider. You know, I don't know many of you guys, so I'd love to hear from some of y'all that like what you're committed to by EOM and what this cup means to you. Feel free, man. I want to hear it.
I'll share.
Go ahead.
Okay, so a few years ago, I wasn't Angelica's downline. I was actually her downline's downline. And then I quit joining the business because I joined the military. And then here recently, within the last year, I ordered some products and Angelica reached out to me. She was like, hey, I noticed you bought products. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, well, you know, we started talking. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll get back to being a distributor. So I started doing it barely here and there. Like I said, I'm full-time working, full-time mom of 2 girls. My husband's in the military. I'm in school, super hard. So I started doing it. Well, halfway through April, I was like barely at anything. And Angelica called me and she was like, hey, we had this long discussion, post your transformations. Post this, like I'm telling you, you got it. I posted it. I made 1,700 within the 2 weeks of the last 2 weeks of April. Yeah, so I did it. Now into May, I am pushing myself more than ever. I literally tell everybody post and poop. Like anytime I'm free, like I'm going like crazy. I'm already at right now, I think 2,400. And I canceled all my plans for this weekend. I told we got invited to a cookout. I was like, nah, we ain't going to this cookout. Like, cause I had already invited everybody and one of the girls was supposed to order from me. So I already hung out with them last weekend. So they know about everything. So I was like, nah, like we ain't going anywhere. So yeah, I've been just busting my butt. My phone's died maybe 2 times today because I've been just on it. And yeah, I'm pushing hard. I'm going to STS in Houston, Texas next month. I already bought my plane ticket and everything. I am planning on opening up a nutrition club.
Woo.
There's one right down the road from me. And I'm so pumped. I literally go there like twice a week now, whenever I can. And I want to open a nutrition club and I want to get out the military and it's so hard. Like my next time I have to go on ship and I'm not leaving my kids. I already left one of my daughters to go to boot camp. And whenever I came back home, she didn't know me. She wouldn't come to me. So I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again. I'm telling you, I walked up to her after only 8 weeks. And I said, come on, come to mommy. Nope. Didn't know me. Didn't want me. So now I have 2 of those. I have a 4-year-old, almost 5, and a 10-month-old. Hell no, not doing that. So I'm going to open a nutrition club and I'm going to try to run it while in the military and do this. And then whenever I'm out, game over. Like,
wow, sis. Hey man, listen, I acknowledge you for being vulnerable. I can tell the passion is there. You're committed. May I make one request?
Yes.
Can I make one request that you support the leaders in this organization to hold people accountable to make sure this cut happens so that there can be space for you to be in a position to win so you don't have to do that to your babies anymore? Oh,
100%. I am 100%. Like I said, I took leave to go to STS and everything. Like we're about to.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Megan. We appreciate that, honestly.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Honestly, so what I heard was sometimes it takes a little bit of a loving reminder. You know, sometimes it's a loving reminder, and understand that it's not, if your sponsor calls you and has a business conversation with you and asks where your numbers are, it's not telling you you're not enough. Please hear me. They just see the potential that you can have if you just go a little harder, if you just pour in a little bit more, if you just give in a little bit more effort. And just, guys, you know, that's why they say the extra mile is always, it's never crowded. It's never crowded. I can tell you the reason why we are 1 million volume point producers is because we pushed for our sponsor more than we push for our own pocket. Yeah. Every volume point goes towards something. We're always in cuts. The culture that we create is hashtag we don't miss cuts. That's it. That's the culture, because if you're a part of that type of culture, what happens when you're in your last cut of get team or when you're in your last cut of mill team, you really want to collect that 4% production bonus. And you guys have created the culture starting now in these cuts that we don't miss cuts. So thank you for sharing, Mega. Anybody else want to share? Maybe you want to share?
Yeah, just to piggyback off that, you guys, like EOM mindset, and that right there, canceling all your plans for the weekend, like you don't have to do that. But in this position and the goals she has, it's like, I'm just going to rewind to where we were. I'm like, no, I'm going to do this because I know where I want to go. I know where I want this team to go. And if we rewind back to when our sponsors were in their third cut, you guys, so you guys are 47,000 volume points away. Ange? Okay. So we were a little like a day and a half left and we had 40,000 to go for James and Bianca's third cut. When I say I was out in LA working, I was in the middle of a development course working on myself, right? Trying to take time for me to become a leader that so I could support our team. I will never forget, you guys, when I say I dropped everything I was doing in LA and same thing was on my phone. I was like, we're not missing this cut. And on the last day alone, Matt and I contributed 3K on the last day alone. But just to share with you guys, like I remember being in that space, and again, it was like, man, I want to have the biggest piece of this pie. I want my sponsors to thrive. I want my sponsors to be able to get on that red carpet, not just for themselves, but for all the other people that are looking at them. And like Matt was sharing, all the other moms that are going to look at Ange, all the other women who have big dreams, but maybe aren't there just yet, or don't have belief in themselves, are going to look at Ange and be like, if she can do it, I can do it. And that's what we mean when we say it's so much bigger than you guys. Maybe you don't have a burning desire to do it for yourself or for your why, but when you can like think about the other people and think about everyone else who has all eyes on you guys and this pin happening, oh my gosh, you guys are changing so many lives by making this happen. And we are headed into Memorial Day weekend, and EOM mindset, you guys, it is a mindset, and it's flipping the switch and turning it on. Each of you guys have a ridiculous amount of potential. And when you really think about your business, this is a conversation I have with myself daily, with Matt and I have as a couple daily, like, are we really like working at 110% capacity, or like, are we doing just enough to like get by and kind of make people think, okay, yeah, we're doing a good. When you make that decision to flip the switch and turn it on, I'm looking at you guys, Tina, Amanda, there's a lot of Amandas,
Serena.
A lot of Amandas on the team. Yes. When I'm looking at you guys, I'm like, man, if we were really to sit down and if you were to really take a look in the mirror, like after this call, and look in the mirror and look at yourself and ask yourself, am I really playing all out? Like, am I really giving this everything I have? Or am I just kind of going through the motions in life? Like, and in maybe not just in this business, but in life, and like getting serious with yourself and saying enough is enough. Like, I'm flipping the switch. This is a weekend that I not only changed my life, but I changed so many others by making this happen, by taking ownership, by freaking going all in and playing all out. And again, EOM, sometimes it's been known like, oh, if it's on the weekend, well, I got this, I got that. Like, no, perfect. You guys don't even have to go into work if you're off on the weekends. Like, perfect. You guys can stay up extra late. Like, you guys can, set a goal to pretend that there's not even 31 days, there's 30, and let's just crush this by like the 30th. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I just kind of want to share that and remind you guys, we were in the same position too. We had 40,000 to go with a day and a half left. So anything is possible. And yeah, would anyone else like to share?
I just did the math. 1,500 volume points. If everybody on the call just does 1,500, it's done.
I'd like to share.
Go ahead. Okay.
So sorry for babies in the background. Stay at home, working mama. But my goal is to get Ange to Prez. I've been working so hard. My numbers, I track them every month. They were a little bit behind this month. And I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I need to get my ass in gear. And I've been moving volume and I've been going all day, every day, because to be honest, if it wasn't for Angelica's yes, my life wouldn't be the way that it is today, which is so much better. You know, when I started Herbalife, I was going through my postpartum depression, literally crying myself to sleep every night, didn't recognize who I was. I mean, I've shared my story so many times with people that are on this call, but the honest, true feelings was like I was lost. And if it wasn't for her showing up every single day on her social media and just saying yes for the opportunity and sticking with it, no matter like all the trials and tribulations that she went through with her team and whatever in her life, she always showed up so powerfully. And because of her showing up powerfully, 3 years later, I finally said yes. And that's when I needed to say yes, because she's literally, her yes has changed my life. And she's giving me the opportunity to change not only my life, my family's life, and so many other people's out there. And she deserves this. She's so selfless. She does so much for us. She's always willing. She's always saying yes. She stretched me just by being there and giving me advice and being an amazing leader and mentor, and just, you know, doing everything that she can for this team so we can increase our paychecks and increase, you know, the things in our family, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And she fucking deserves this. And so everybody on this call, let's fucking go and kill it. Excuse my language. I'm so excited. And let's fucking go and for Prez. Woo!
Yeah, let's go. Hey, man. Fire me up. That's my energy all the way, man. Come on. Like, honestly, and soak it up, sis. Like, man, let's who's next? Who's next? She needs to hear this, because here's one thing I want you guys to know. It gets lonely at the top. Everybody thinks you got to figure it out. Everybody thinks, you know, life is good and, oh, they're getting paid off of my work. You have no idea what we do to get to this level behind the scenes. When you guys are sleeping, we're up, we're working, we're trying to put you guys in position, and it's lonely at the top. Look at her screen. That shit right there is because it's facts. So shout out to you guys that are texting her just to let her know, hey queen, we're pushing. I got goosebumps because I know how it feels. And sometimes we just want to hear that you got my back. Sometimes I just want the text that, yo, sis, we're pushing. Prez is ours. And sometimes we don't get that. And it's not on y'all's fault, but you guys are like, hey, I am working. But sometimes we just need to be validated, like, yo, man, we got you, sis. Thank you. So who's next? Let's hear it.
I'll go next. So let me try to talk without crying. So what Angelica has done for me, well, first, just coming into the opportunity, she gave me permission to be exactly who I am, a strong, independent woman, somebody that could take care of myself. And at first I came into the business, you know, to be able to take care of myself in case, you know, me and Adrian didn't work out, you know, and thankfully here we are now. Good. But she gave me permission to take that step to become a better person, to become the person I always wanted to be. I just didn't have that outlet. And since I came in, you guys, when I first came in 2 years ago, the team did not have everything that we have today. We didn't have different promos. We didn't have all the different things like step-by-step chats, scripts, all of that. The only way that I learned to do the business is because I copied her. We didn't have anything set up within our chats to help the team to be able to just grab what we have and start going to work. We had to figure that out along the way these past 2 years. You know, doing power hours in the morning, in the night, every single day, just creating all the different things that we have now in the team. And the fact that we have so many resources, there's no way that we cannot close this out, because all you have to do is plug the things that we have in and just get to work. You guys, there has been so many times that Adrian and I have been struggling and not knowing what to do. And she's always been that person for us to find new ways for us to grow. Like, we would have never had the opportunity to meet Matt and Alexa, go spend time with them in Texas if it wasn't for her. We've had so many different opportunities that if it wasn't for her, being the person that she is, you know, making friendships with all kinds of people to find new outlets for us to learn. For her doing all of those things is one of the reasons why we have so much in our team, so much resources. So you guys, we've been doing power hours till midnight every day. You know, maybe tomorrow we'll do a 12-hour power hour, whatever we have to do to get it done, you guys. So let's go. And I just wanted to share that because I know a lot of you guys are new and you guys haven't really seen how the team has evolved. When we first started our Monday night focus groups, we had like 10 people or less. And now our Monday night focus group gets up to 55 people, you guys. So the amount of growth that we've had within our team, like our team chat used to only have 30 people and now it has like 100 and almost 200 people in our team chats, you guys. So the amount of lives and impacts that we've created within our team, it's crazy, and you guys are all a part of that. So I'm excited to close this out with all of you.
Amazing.
Wow, you got me in my feels over here, sis. Seriously, man. And one day it's a beautiful thing because one day, Amanda, somebody's gonna be speaking of you the same way, pushing for you the way you push for Ange, because you know, ever since I met you and you guys have just been riders, you know, and I can tell you in the position we're in, we appreciate that because you're a fire starter. You help create the culture, and a lot of you guys do. So
a pillar in this team.
Who's next?
All right. Well, Amanda already started. So hi, Matt, Alexa. My name's Madison. I'm actually underneath Amanda. And there's a lot of us on this call under Amanda that rode for her. So yes, what you're saying is true. And she showed us that riding, getting her to get and all that. But anyways, so the reason why I came off mute was because, well, of course, I want to just talk about like how much we need to do really to make this happen, not just for Angelica, but for ourselves, and to show what's possible, but also what resources are you guys using? And when I say that, I mean it because Herbalife truly has so many resources, and it's not just from our phone. You know, when I saw strawberry cheesecake come out, I've never tried it before. Like Alexa even said, I started when COVID started. So it's like, there's a lot of things I haven't tried. So when it came out, I heard about it all year long from Amanda. And she's like, I can't wait for this I know it's going to come back. It was so popular. And so this whole time I've been thinking like, what can I create with Herbalife? Not only just to have that strawberry cheesecake flavor, but how many ways can I utilize it for our business, for retail, for points, for all that. So, and Angelica has done such a great job of always providing me, sending me personalized like recipes, because she knows that fuels me. Like I love baking, I love making things with our products, and there's been so many times where that's the end of that, and she's not even right above me, but she's like, you know, up there, but she thinks of me, sees a red, like that is just a different type of gratitude for her. And anyway, so I did that. You know, today I've really been pushing to figure out, not just from my phone and enrolling challengers, but how else can I bring in retail or, you know, points. And so today I did like the mini donuts, right? Strawberry cheesecake. Mine, by the way, was a hit. And today alone, I've made almost $200. I've had to reorder strawberry cheesecake already, protein, vanilla, like I've already done like 200 in volume just from that. So I'm coming off mute to ask you guys, have you guys really utilized that? Maybe you have satellite clubs that you have not maybe gone back to. Like what can you do in these next couple of days where you can push volume like that and you don't even need to do anything and you're making money that same day? Like, you know, I purchased $50 for my Formula One, right? 50%, everything's better. But not only that, but then I'm also making an income, and there's so many things that I can utilize that as a mom with a 6-year-old at home, and, you know, and just whatever you can do is what I'm saying. If you have a satellite, if you don't have a satellite, it is so easy to go on, create a satellite club, start making some freaking donuts, start making some shakes, start offering some teas, go out on the fucking sidewalk and offer a lemonade stand, tea stand. I don't know what the hell you have to do. But believe me when I say that it pays, and it's so fucking worth it. Excuse my language as well. This is rated R. But that's what I'm telling you guys, is that you guys can utilize, just think really, and I hear that on a lot of stories, like, do you use all the resources that Herbalife provides us? Do you do satellite clubs? Do you think I want to make 10 batches of donuts today on a Friday? Fuck no. Did I? Yes. And I moved 200 volume points with just that. And I will be enrolling people in the challenge tonight as well. And I made money. So Let's go, you guys. I mean, I know Angelica has provided a lot for us individually. Calling, what is it gonna take? There's so many things that we can qualify for right now. By the way, too, we have a retreat to qualify for. There's all kinds of promotions to qualify for. It's not just about the cut. It's not just about, you know, the person that's moving, but what are you doing for yourself and where are you gonna be? You know.
Come on, Madison. Okay, girl.
Just drop the mic,
Man,
y'all.
that's what I'm talking about.
And like we're, you know, that's she hit the nail on the head, you guys. Like with all these promotions and all this stuff, for those of you guys who are new in the business, that is not an every team type of thing. There are so many teams in Herbalife that have 0 promotions, 0 calls, 0 chats, 0, you know, and you guys are seriously beyond blessed to have all the funnels you have. And it really does boil down to like, shoot, what is it going to take to get you on that promo for you, you know, because you deserve it, because each of you guys on this call deserve it, you know. And what does that look like? Whether it's hitting up your family, like, hey, I got this promotion on the line, calling old friends, like it doesn't matter, like just whatever it takes mentality, you know. Yeah, getting on the corner and selling and baking donuts, and maybe you never even baked anything, like whatever it takes, this cut's going to happen. So amazing share, Madison.
We'll just have one more.
Yeah, let's just have one more.
Gotta be a good one.
I'll go.
No pressure.
I'll
Okay,
go.
Adrian.
So what I want to talk about is kind of like the culture that's been created within the team, and how like it excites me and just makes me feel grateful that what this cut is actually going to represent. And I would say that, yeah, let's get Ange to Prez, but I know even her saying she's such a selfless person. For me to say, let's get Ange to Prez, is no, let's get the team to Prez, because it's a representation of Angelica. Like, you guys don't, when I've seen her speak so much vision in the beginning, and to see it come to life in this moment, like now, seeing everybody hearing the stories, it fills my heart every day. Like literally, I spend more time with you guys on
It's okay, bro.
Let it out.
On Zoom calls, and I like I said, you guys are fam. And what I always think about is like, man, like more people need to be a part of this team. There's more people need to make more money, because everybody on this team has good intentions. There's more people becoming leaders on this team, and not just in the business, but in their life. Like, they're leading their families, they're leading in their jobs. And because we're doing different things as a unit, we're growing as a unit. And so whenever I think about this team getting Prez, I think about more people coming into this team and being impacted by it. Not just like us individual, but who can we create, right? In health, but like it's literally a reflection of Angelica saying yes. But the fact that it's created, and I've every time I listen to a leadership book, I'm trying to listen to it, I think of Angelica. It's the most selfless leader I've ever met in my life. And that's why I listen to her. And that's why I push for her. It's not because like, oh, like I just, you know, she put belief into me. And what's crazy to me is I see her do the same thing for so many people. I think she's asked me before, like what are my qualities? What am I good at? I'm just like, your gift is that you empower people. You see the best in people and you hold people to that. And that's why when I see people on this call sharing what they want to do, and there's a space created in this team where people can do that. And just like Matt said, this is a platform, but we've created a space in this to be able to achieve that. And for Angelica to hit the Prez team is just the first step for us to all achieve our goals. And so for me, that's what I get excited about. That's what I'm excited for. And like Madison said, and like everybody said, it's like, what can we do? You know, and I was telling Angelica, I said, like, I've been waking up every day thinking like, how can we get here? What can I do? What can I create? Just like Madison said. And it's just a matter of using your resources and just putting in the work. So I'm excited to push for it, you guys. We're going to hit it. It's not a doubt. It's the will. We will, and we're not going to miss it.
Come on.
Ooh, okay,
Let's
Adrian.
go.
Hey, listen, it's okay to
Adrian.
cry, bro. When you cry, your beard grows. So I can tell you don't cry too much, baby face, but it's all right. You know, it'll start coming in.
A couple hairs just came out.
No, but honestly, you guys, man, I just want to make, okay, Rich, go ahead, big dog. Yeah, we got to hear from you.
All right, I'm gonna try to contain myself right now. My thoughts, I got so much emotions going. I got so many thoughts going through my head. But one of the things I just want to say, man, like for Angelica, like I've been with Angelica on this journey for 8 years in a relationship, separated, broke up, hate each other's guts, in the business, out the business. So I've seen what she's went through firsthand, right? And all the failures that she's faced and all the adversity that she's faced. And I'll tell you from day one, never once has she ever blamed anybody else. every single time it happens, like she goes to a place where like emotionally it digs into her heart so much. Just like, fuck, like, how do I get better? Like, how do I get better? Who can I reach out to for mentorship? What book can I read for this? And she would always just strive to get better. And when we talk about, or when we mention stuff like, dude, Angelica, she doesn't care about money. Like, I swear to you, I had to convince her to buy a car. I had to convince her to buy, like, she doesn't care about that crap. Every time she talked about being successful in this business, the number one thing that she talks about, as soon as I make it to this level, how can I pour back into the team? As soon as I make it to this level, how can I reward my team for their hard work? As soon as I make it to this level, how can I open the door to let other people know it's possible as well? So when I say like there's people in this world that you're like, oh, you say you want something and then you go for it, or you feel like, hey man, that person deserves it, right? So like give an example. We've all done the 21-day challenge before, right? We could get to the end of the 21 days. We're like, I had a cheat meal. I missed a workout. I did soon, right? Like for 8 years, Angelica has never cut a corner. She's never cut a corner. She's never blamed anyone else. She's never not done the work that needs to be done. From going to like, I'm talking about like just frustrated, but yet she has her moment. And then she's like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. Like she goes from having a team that's fucking rock stars to all of a sudden it's just her by herself. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. Never once gave up, never once blamed anyone else. So when I say, I'm gonna say this, like when there's people in the world and you're just like, fuck man, you just deserve this shit. Like out of all of the shit that you that you went through, like you just fucking deserve it. Like I've never seen someone sacrifice so fucking much, come from a drug addict, alcohol abuse, all of her trauma in her past, abandoned by her family, abandoned by her friends. And yet when she starts to make a relationship, but she realizes something is toxic, telling her mom while she's pregnant, I can't talk to the family right now, you guys are toxic. Like she made those sacrifices that had to be made so that way she can be successful in this business to open the door for other people. There's sacrifice that she makes, and man, like no one ever knows, and she'll never tell you guys. Like there's things, I'll give you guys an example. Like Phoenix's birthday is on June 2nd. Yes, we love our daughter. Yes, stuff is like that. But never once has our focus went away from, this has to happen for the team. This has to be that social proof that it is possible for us. And she understands that. And she is so fucking committed to it that she's like, whatever I do. Now, right now, they're like, yes, like Phoenix's birthday, she's still gonna be celebrated. We're gonna celebrate her birthday. But imagine once she gets there a year, 2 years from now, like imagine Phoenix's birthdays after this. Imagine that life after this. You know what I mean? Imagine the doors that opens up after this. Like there's all of us, we've had stuff in our life, man, where we're like, oh, I really want this. But when we self-reflect, we could be like, I kind of cut this corner. Like, guys, I've been by her side this entire time. She's never once fucking cut a corner. She's never once done anything unethical. She's never once came at anyone at a negative way. She's always been that person like, I take complete ownership of this. I will get less sleep. I will do less. I'll read more books. I'll cut out more people in my life. Like she's committed herself so much to this opportunity, but not just the opportunity, it's because of the door and the possibilities it creates for all of us and somebody else. And just like Matt said, people who haven't even been in this yet, like we constantly talk about, fuck man, we can't wait until we get all of our hood drug dealer friends on. Man, we can't wait until we get, all these abandoned kids who their moms abandoned them. They have no place to live. Like these are the people that we constantly talk about, but how that happens is we can't reach everyone. She can't reach everyone. But by doing that social proof, it helps people push harder. So I just want to say, man, from the bottom of my heart, fucking Angelica, you deserve this shit. I'm fucking ride it to the end.
Oh my gosh.
Till the wheels fall off, he said, till the casket drops, man.
Wow, you guys. And I've got to agree. Like I've known Ange for a couple of years now, hands down, hardest working woman I've ever met. Like she will work herself to the ground, and not for her, but for everyone on this call, for everyone else around her. So I know we said 30 minutes, it's a Friday night, and we don't want to take time from actually you guys putting in the work towards this cut.
You guys got a power hour, sounds like Amanda said. You guys got.
Yes. So, our one request before we leave you guys is you jump in y'all's team chat, declare big, like whatever your goal was, go ahead and add a couple on that. Okay. Like set a goal that expands you, that gets you uncomfortable, that's requiring you to level up to be the best version of you. And then lock arms, you know, check in with other people on the team. Hey, where are you at on your goal? Like take note of everyone's declaration and ask people throughout the weekend, you know, where are you at? How can I support you? Like you guys just play team, keep us updated. We're sending y'all tons of love, tons of positive vibes.
I have some requests. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. My one request is, again, it can be lonely at the top. So if you have Angelica's number, shoot her a personal text message just to let her know that you're riding for her. It doesn't have to be like this whole novel. You can just be like, I got you, sis. Okay. And then my second request is that you guys have a buy when. Here's the one thing. I like EOM to celebrate. Like EOM to have to push till 2 a.m. Well, for you guys, it's midnight, right? For you guys, it's midnight. Yeah, for us, it's 2 a.m. But, you know, the invitation for you guys is to knock it out by Friday, I'm sorry, a day before EOM, so you guys can celebrate at EOM, okay? And the next thing is I'm gonna just be the first one. I'm gonna beat all of y'all. I'm gonna congratulate a brand new President's Team organization on reaching the top 1% of a $9 billion global mega nutrition company. You guys did that. You guys are doing that. This makes room for more. So who's next? Because this one's already done. I love you guys. Seriously, this organization has a special place in my heart. And you are blessed. You have men who are willing to be vulnerable. You have women who are looking at you, who are just, in my eyes, super women. All of you women on here, you know, my mama raised me, so I have a big amount of respect for you guys, fellas. There's not many of you guys on here, but I can tell you guys are different.
Yes.
And that's why this organization is different. That's why you guys are going to be President's Team, because of the nucleus. Sorry. Love y'all. Let's crush it, baby. Woo!
And Richard, shout out to you guys and your third cut as well too. We didn't forget about that also. We got multiple cuts happening.
Turn up for Jesus. Amen.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Come off mute. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
We appreciate it.
Let's go.